your boy Didn't Know About back with another video. Say, man, Skip Bayless has some choice words for LeBron. Now, you know Lakers is on a 2-game losing streak. You know Skip got something to say. But if you like the content, please like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on my socials. I'll follow back. But let's get into see what Skip got to say about LeBron this time, man.
This just might be the damnedest development I've seen all season in the National Basketball Association. Obviously, I watch every Laker game because LeBron is still the face of the league and he's still playing at a supremely high level in year 22 at age 40, such a high level that over a 25-game stretch, J.J. Redick, his head coach, his new head coach, was making the case that LeBron was playing first-team all-defense first-team all-defense kind of defense over a 25-game stretch before he pulled something. I don't know what it was. I think he just needed a rest. I thought it was really...
Nah, LeBron was playing defense, bro. Ever since they had got Luka in that trade, LeBron been playing defense. That's just a fact.
Smart of the Lakers just to shoot him down, shut him down for a while, just stop him, save him from himself, so he could come back full force down the stretch of the last 12, 13 games, and here they would go. I love to watch this team play because I love to watch the combined genius, two of the greatest passers ever, as passing partners, taking basketball to a level we've never seen two players, a dynamic duo, take it to on offense. But obviously, if you combine that with LeBron playing first-team all-defense, you got something. You got at least a threat to my...
Man, he was playing good defense, but trying to put him on an all-defense team, bro, that shit just annoying, bro. Stop it.
Oklahoma City Thunder, who are just laying waste to the West right now. They are just demolishing the NBA Western Conference as we speak. 13 and a half games up going into tonight. But I thought, well, the Lakers played them well last year. This Oklahoma City team is very, very different this year. But I thought, there are 2 games coming up. I'm about to get to those 2 games at Oklahoma City that could be fire tests for both teams. And I thought the Lakers are starting to look legit on both ends of the court until Saturday night. I'm sitting with my wife, Ernestine, and I'm watching the Bulls at the Lakers. The Bulls came in 30-40. Sure, they've got talent, just like Orlando has talent. But come on, 30-40? And they demolished the Lakers at the crypt. It looked like a crypt on Saturday night. I'm looking at these numbers. The Bulls made 19 threes, 19 of 41. 19 of 41, almost 50% from 3. And scored 146 points on first-team all-defense LeBron as he comes back. He's back fresh. And what happened to the Laker defense? I don't know. Wherever LeBron took off for vacation, he left it there.
We not finna do that. Bulls have been playing amazing, like they last 10 games. What are the Bulls in their last 10 games? Let me check it out, because I've been closely monitoring the Bulls. Kobe White has been going crazy. He just had 37 the other day. Who they just play? I think, was it the 76ers? No, they just played. Who did Kobe White and them play? They just played the Nuggets. And he had 37. Let me make sure he had 37. But nah, Kobe White had, 37 against the Nuggets the other day. And he was going off. I think he had what did he have against the Lakers? Because Kobe White had 36 against the Lakers. So Kobe White and Montes Buzelis just been going off. And if we look at the standings real quick, I didn't mean to go on this tangent, but since we are here, the Bulls are 8-2 in their last 10. So the Bulls been on fire, bro.
I don't know. I was just shell-shocked. I was dumbfounded on Saturday night. They gave up 146 at home. That's a bad sign. I know you say, well, it's just one game. It's the NBA. It can be an aberration. Let it go. They'll snap out of it. So they go down to Orlando tonight, and they play a team that is the worst scoring team in all of basketball. The worst. A terrible three-point shooting team, but a team that had beaten them in LA early in the year. What was it? 119 to 118. Franz Wagner just took over at the end of the game. 119 to 118. And I'm thinking, LeBron's going to say, I'm going to get even for this. We're not this time. No, sorry. And that's what it looked like when the Lakers, LeBron played very well on offense. Luka played very well on offense. Very well. I got no quibbles. I got nothing on them. They both played extremely well on offense, very efficient. You would think, although they wound up with only 106 points, but here was the point. Second quarter, they go up 9 with 3 minutes left in the half. They go up 9, and I'm thinking, blowout. They got them right where they want them. Step on the throat. This is going to be 15-point game at halftime. It was a 2-point game at halftime because LeBron and company took foot off gas, foot off throat. And here came the Magic in the third quarter. The Magic outscored the Lakers 34-15 in the third quarter. That's not championship stuff. That's not championship metal. That's not championship caliber. That's no threat to Oklahoma City. Oklahoma City never does that.
Okay, while I would agree that the Lakers take their foot off the gas a lot of times, but the Orlando Magic, if you think about it, Paolo and Franz are, I think they the best under 25 duo in the entire league. Just in my personal opinion, people compare them to Jaylen Brown and Jason Tatum. I think they had a great start to the season, the Orlando Magic, and they just got bogged down with a lot of injuries. But when it comes to 1-2s in the league, especially young guys, and then coming off what they did last year, making it to the playoffs, making it to that 4-5 seed, and going out in 7 games against the Cavs, who we see what the Cavs are doing. Orlando Magic top 2 players can give anybody trouble on any given night. We seen what they did. What was that last Sunday against the Cavs? So I mean, Lakers just lost, bro, and yeah, Franz just started doing his thing in that second half. It was Paolo first half, and it was Franz that second half. I just think they just lost to 2 really good guys who had a really good night. Both had over 30.
They just don't do that. 34-15. They just shut it down. And then they made a little run in the fourth quarter, and they did cut it down from what it was, 17 down to 7, I believe it was. And then Franz Wagner said, nope, I got this. Kaboom, kaboom. And would you believe the poor shooting Magic was Magic from 3 tonight? Would you believe that the Magic shot 15 of 38 from 3? So again, Bulls 19 of 41, Magic 15 of 38. And I'm watching the Lakers saying, can't you even just get a hand up? How about just a hand in the face? Come on, man. I mean, play a little bit of defense, because starting late in the second quarter, they played no defense, no 3-point defense. You want that shot? Go ahead, be my guest. We got to save our legs, because we got a game Wednesday at Indy, and then we got a game at Memphis, and then we got some tough games down the stretch. We got to save ourselves against these lowly, poor shooting Magic. Come on, are you serious? They played no defense. It's not.
I will agree with that. When LeBron coming back, you can ease him in there against the Bulls and the Magic, 2 winnable games, both play-in level teams. Now you have the Pacers coming up, and you have other high-level playoff teams coming up. So you would think you get the win against the Bulls, you get the win against the Magic, and wouldn't nobody blame you against a loss against the Pacers or whoever else you got coming up like Memphis. But yeah, you needed those 2 games for sure. But give LeBron some grace for just now coming back,
Sending a signal that this team is ready to make any kind of a statement or push. And all of a sudden, I sit back at the end of the game and I say, I don't know, that looked like a play-in team, not a playoff team. And I start looking at the standings after that loss. That's a 3rd straight loss for the Lakers. And all of a sudden, they're tied with Memphis. Again, they have to play at Memphis on Saturday night. Good luck there. They're tied for 4th now in the West with Memphis. They're 2 games ahead of Golden State in 6th. And they're only
Golden State not kissing the Lakers. Stop it.
3 games ahead of the Clippers and Minnesota, who are tied for 7th, which would be the first game, first slot in the play-in. Well, this ain't over. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You got 11 games left. A lot could go wrong in 11 games. You say I'm doomsaying, crying wolf when I don't need to cry. I'm just telling you, those last 2 games playing 0 defense, especially 3-point defense, are really bad signs as April approaches. We're almost to April.
I agree with the defense because we kind of assumed when the Lakers made the Luka trade that they defense was probably gonna be kind of bad anyway. Because now we seeing they don't have rim protection. You think they wouldn't have the point of attack defense, but they still got Vanderbilt. They still got Dorian Finney-Smith. Um, so it's like they got some solid wing defenders. Luka's big, Paul. So is LeBron. So it's like they still have size, but in terms of they don't have point of attack and they don't have rim protection, so that could be trouble for them. But you have to contest these 3-point shooters because the Magic, it could be an apparition from the Magic and the Bulls to just shoot that well against them. And the game before that, the Bulls game, they didn't have LeBron, so I don't know. It has been some bad losses, just like that Nets loss was a bad loss. So
What happened to LeBron, the first team all defense playing anchor? That's what JJ said. He's the anchor of our defense. Well, this anchor went to the bottom of the lake in Orlando, Disney World. My God. So I'm looking. They got to go to Indiana on Wednesday night. I don't love their chances in that game. Then they got a back-to-back on Thursday night at Chicago that just scored 146 at LA. I don't love your chances in that game, even though you're capable of beating those teams, and you'll probably be favored to beat both of them. You're a 4.5-point favorite tonight at Orlando. And then I mentioned Memphis on Saturday night at Memphis. You're going to lose. I'm sorry, you're just going to lose that game. They're playing at too high of a level. You just played teams that were 30-40, and the Magic came in tonight 33-38, having lost 8 of the last 12. That's who did that to you tonight. Scored 118. We're scoring team scored 118 on you. Really? LeBron, you got to anchor man. Anchorman. Love that. It's one of my favorite movies. You got to anchor man. You got to inspire. You got to lead.
Blaming this on LeBron is crazy. Still well, bro. But LeBron, hey, man, if you go play up to that standard, the way he was playing before he got injured is what had them looking like contenders. He do have to play at that level on both ends for them to be contenders. But I can't put it all on LeBron because what did Luka shoot against the Magic? Cause I'm pretty sure Luka didn't look all that hot against the Magic, bro. I ain't even gonna cap. Luka, Luka was. I'm trying to remember. Okay, Luka, he was 9 for 23. So he didn't look all that great. And LeBron got back to 50% towards the second half when he just started, doing what LeBron do. But
a lead on defense. That's what you do best. You got Luka on offense. You got plenty of offense. You got Austin Reeves on offense. The ball moved. Everything was pretty good on offense. I got no quibbles. I got nothing. But what if you lose at Indiana and then go back-to-back losing at Chicago because they got your number now? They just might run you off their floor at the house that 23 built, the real 23. And then at Memphis, you
come on, bro. That was just unnecessary, bro.
could lose. That could be 6 in a row. Then you come home for Houston. It's no bargain. And Golden State. No picnic now that Jimmy Butler has changed life in the Bay Area. I don't know. You got
Still making a good point. You got to get these games against the Nets. You got to get these games against the Bulls, even though the Bulls have been better. You got to get the game against the Magic, even though the Magic have been kind of picking it up recently. It just is what it is.
Gimme left out of the 11. You got New Orleans at home. That's the one. Bank it. As in Bankero, who banked you tonight. And then come the 2 games that it'll be very interesting to see how the 2 teams play these games, how they size up these games, how many players actually play in these games. Does a statement need to be made by the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are now 59-12? Do they need to make a statement against the Lakers, who did win, I remember one game, it's like Christmas Eve last season. I think it was last Christmas, not this one, but the year before. I recall LeBron and company winning. That was obviously without Luka at Oklahoma City. Well, Oklahoma City want to make statements in those 2 games because it's back-to-back in Oklahoma City, not back-to-back nights, but back-to-back games, because it's Sunday, April 6th is at OKC, and then Tuesday, April 8th is at OKC. Well, LeBron, are you saving your legs for those 2? Is that the statement you want to make in those 2 games?
Oh, well, OKC games is big games, but this nigga Skip is crazy.
Games? Maybe so. Then you go at AD, as in at Anthony Davis, who is now I don't know how long he'll stay back, but he's back. They're getting healthier.
That should be a dub. Stop it.
There's going to be a lot of pride on the line in that game at Dallas for Luka's return to Dallas. That's on April 9th. That could be a barn burner. I don't love your chances in that game. Then you got Houston again for a second time at home.
Luka's going to kill the Mavericks. I'm sorry. No Kyrie too. Stop it. Stop it.
They've been playing at a supremely high level. What did they won 9 in a row? And then you finish at Portland, which again is no bargain. Could you go on a long bad streak here where you've lost 3 in a row, maybe you lose 3, maybe you lose one of these 2 home games, maybe you split in Oklahoma City, maybe you lose at AD, maybe you lose one of the Houston games, maybe you lose at Portland because nobody's going to play. I don't know. I could see where you close with a big old thud and all the new urgency, all the new euphoria of Luka and LeBron would be drained. It would be gone right before your very eyes. Poof, because the truth is, as fun to watch, you are the show of shows now in the NBA on offense. Your backbone of your streak once Luka joined you was built on defense. He was on his best behavior trying to play some defense. He played none tonight, trust me. LeBron played none.
He cooking though. The defense is what made everybody be like, oh, if they can play defense at this level, then they are contenders. But I just think LeBron just got to get back to it, bro.
Tonight, especially guarding the 3, it's just like, shoot it. I don't know, maybe they're reading the scouting report saying they can't make them. They made 15 out of 38. Wow. Unbelievable.
And for the Lakers' defense, the Magic are the worst shooting team in the NBA by far. I ain't gonna say by far, I'm not sure by far, but I know they the worst 3-point shooting team in the league. So you would want them guys to take shots, and you already don't have rim protection. So it's like, yes, the Orlando Magic are going to have to beat us from 3. They just so happen to solidly shoot from 3s last night. So that's not as big of a deal. It's just Luka has to be more efficient offensively. LeBron has to be more engaged defensively. Both of them do, and they just got to get back to somewhat of that. And maybe it was unrealistic to think they could play that level of defense throughout anyway.
I think Franz Wagner is a star. He had 30 tonight. Banchero had 27. Anthony Black came off the bench, had 17. They were getting everything they wanted whenever they wanted it.
No. Paolo had 30. Franz had 32. They combined for 62 points. Anthony Black did have 17. Anthony Black, just like against the Cavs, he stepped up scoring-wise when they needed a third scorer. It was really 2 players that was just killing for the Magic, and then Anthony Black came along as that third guy.
Wanted it 118 to 106. A very bad sign for LeBron and company. So I'm calling you out, men or mice. Who are you? What are you? You just want to play pretty offense? You want to just be Globetrotters? The Globetrotters don't play any defense because they're going to win. You're not going to win against these teams. You're going to have to play a semblance of defense. Where did that come from, LeBron, that 25-game stretch that I just watched J.J. Redick talk about? J.J. finished by saying, we can get it back. Well, you can, but will you? Maybe now that you've been called out by me and probably most of the media, will you be re-inspired, reinvigorated, re-energized to lock in and lock down on the defensive end because you have to? It's all you guys got. You're going to score. You're going to score whenever you need to. I'm still not sure who takes the last shot. We've gone back and forth about that. I think Luka should take the last shot or Austin Reeves should take the last shot. But it all is going to come down to you stop.
Put it Austin Reeves as the guy above LeBron taking the last shot is crazy.
Them, LeBron. I'm calling you out for the last 2 games. You came back fresh and revitalized after your little vacation. And you gave us that? 146 by the Bulls and 118 by Orlando? The worst scoring team in basketball? You should be ashamed, LeBron.
Saying LeBron should be ashamed is crazy. Let's look at some of your comments. He said, get on his ass, Skip. Shannon left speechless. Gotta love when it backfires on LeBron. He comes back against easy teams just to get demolished. I bet Dwight enjoyed all of it. All of it. Lakers overrated. GOAT and LeBron don't belong in the same sentence unless he is not the GOAT. Was never the GOAT. Will never be the GOAT. Skill comments is hilarious. His conversation is hilarious. LeBron looked like he wanted to cry while he was praising Stephen A. during the New York game on Thursday. Here is a direct quote from Mace when Mace reacted LeBron James scoring 50 longevity points. While Mason, Beth are still in different knowledge Michael Jordan as to go to basketball. The guy I'm talking about, when his dad died, he delivered. When he had the flu, he delivered. He never gave us an excuse for not delivering. That's why we will still wear Jordans instead of LeBrons. That's why we wear them. Okay. Okay. As a Lakers fan, I'm disappointed JJ has not preached passing the ball around instead of ISO Luka ball. Not playing other bigs when Hayes sits is a big mistake. LeBron needs to retire. He's ruining himself. 4-4 network era defense not found. Luka Doncic. It's simple. When LeBron actually plays defense, he gets hurt. That's one of the reasons he left Miami, and the biggest reason he's still playing so well at his age. Okay. Well, I still think the title of the video is crazy. Saying when Skip is like, Skip said, LeBron, you should be ashamed. I don't think he should be ashamed, but I do think that you got to get back to some level of the defense they was playing post Luka trade before the LeBron injury. But man, the Bulls loss and the Magic loss was just two tough losses to take because you have a pretty tough schedule coming up. Like Skip said, you do have the Pacers who been hot. You have the Memphis Grizzlies who's still a tough team to play. You got the Rockets in there. You got the Warriors in there. So you got a tough schedule coming up. You got to win the games you're supposed to win. Now dropping that next game a while back looks even more bad. It just I don't know, man. Maybe the Lakers was fool's gold and we fell for it again. But I don't know. Y'all let me know how y'all feel in the comments. I'm not gonna put it out on LeBron. Not this time. Even though I'm not the biggest fan of LeBron. I'm not putting all this on LeBron because Luka against the Magic, he was okay. But the defense is always lacking for him to complain. But this is what did knows about. Please make sure you like, comment, subscribe. Let me know how y'all feel about LeBron and the Lakers. Do y'all still leave the Lakers as contenders? But please like, comment, subscribe to the video. It helps out a lot. I'm gone.
Found some shit I love to do, so I can live comfortable. Searching for a peace of mind. Need that when it's time to rhyme. Perfect in every line. Any chance I get, and I know it takes time, but I will never quit.